man, we could be reacting to TorontoRapStars Audio Mac playlist. And I think this is a great playlist because it does a great job of highlighting up and coming stars that have been here for a while. And honestly, people who haven't even you probably haven't even heard of yet. And I know that for a fact because, bro, there's people on this list that I've never heard of, and I've gone through it, and I'm like, okay, these are some pretty good songs. And I think one thing that a lot of people can get out of this is great exposure because TorontoRapStars is a very good up and coming platform that knows what they're doing. They kind of produce great, or not, I shouldn't say kind of. They produce great media. They have good takes. They're very respectful. They're responsive. Like you can't be mad at a platform like this at all. And the fact that they're kind of taking their time to try to put artists on a level and kind of give them the exposure without even having to kind of go through the regular channels that you probably have to go through, try to message this playlist or message that playlist, or wait till your song's big enough. These guys are on top of songs that I don't think would make regular playlists because they just don't know they exist. So like I said, as the channel or the page starts to grow for TorontoRapStars and their platform starts to grow, I see this playlist becoming one of the premier playlists in Canada. But honestly, we'll start with the different genres that are on here, bro. Because you have rap, you have regular rap, you have like you have trap, you have Drake and Central C. Like which one? Like we all know what it brings to the what that brings to the table. But I also say like it has like that funky rap sound like King Cruff. I remember when I first heard this song, I'm like, oh, this is way different. Like you know what I mean? So like the fact that they're kind of going out their way to include artists that I don't feel like normally would be included but can get the nod because their music on a certain level, then I'm like, okay, like this is pretty cool. But one thing I will say is like all the music on here, it has substance. Like it holds weight. Like you know what I mean? Like a lot of times like you could have playlists even when I made an old playlist, like I feel like there's a lot of songs on there that didn't have as much substance or whatever. But like this playlist right here definitely has a lot of substance, but also like it has a standard. That's what I like about it. Like it's not a million songs. Like it says 55 tracks, 149 minutes, bro. Like what is that? 60 120. That's pretty much, that's almost 3 hours right there. You know what I mean? And it was last updated today, so they're on top of their shit. There's like I said, there's 55 songs, and all these songs kind of highlight the artist and who they are. But one thing I like about this playlist especially is how cool it is that they have duos on here or a long list of features that I personally didn't even know about myself. Like Tory Lanez and Nice. Where is this one? Big Leash and Karma Sutra. And there's B Rob and Smiley. I reacted to this song. Preston and Hunch. Personally, this is top 5 Pressa songs I've ever heard. Bundog they have on here. Darren Falana and Harris Played You. But hold on, I'm still going through the duos. But I'm just trying to find the one. This one, I just discovered this song maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Layla Day and Tone, bro, tough song. If you haven't heard this song already, please listen to this. There's a specific Swavy and Popcorn. Like, come on, bro. Like the fact that they're able to kind of make way for artists that have big time features, or they're just artists in the city that are linking up together. They're highlighting that. Like they're not being cheeky about it at all. They're actually doing their thing. And of course they have the Canadian hit The Market, right? Like this is our anthem at this point. Like this is the biggest song we've had from the underground rap scene in the last like 5 or 6 years. Like this song is just so dominant, it's ridiculous. But like let's go through some of the artists that they do have that like I feel like there's different, like obviously there's different levels. They've come in at different times. So like they're from different eras, which you gotta respect. So you have High Speed. How's that? Yeah, it's High Speed, bro. Newer artist. You have Sad Boy, newer artist, but she has a Juno, bro. That's a Juno winning artist right there. And then we have Casper, who just got signed, and then you have a 100 Band Plan on this song as well, who is definitely new gen, but he's at the top of the lead. He's like at the top of new gen. If you put somebody else up there, then hey. But to me, 100 Band number 1. You have Tamir with his slim or his SLM freestyle, bro. Like we know how this was going crazy a few months ago, and it still bumps to this day. This is a song that stands the test of time. They have a song that came out. I think it was 2 weeks ago. This song came out on YouTube, but the audio might have just come out this last week. So Tired of Counting by Benji. But yeah, you have Benji. you have Roy Woods and you have Casper. So you have three people that have been around for a while now making music, the last like 10 years, I would say. Then you have Sad Boy, 100 Band Plan, High Speed. Let's you have Swavy who's up there. Where is Quintana Mills? You also have Quintana Mills up here. You have Sav, and then you have B Rob and Smiley. Like, or this major sleeper right here, J Trills. Like this guy might have top three song on the playlist. If you listen, let me know if you think that too. But honestly, like another thing I do like about this playlist is it's not just pertaining to Toronto or on like Ontario. Like, and I know that I was thinking that as I was going through, like I'm not gonna go research every single individual's name on here to see if they actually are from Toronto. Obviously, there's some features on here that aren't from Canada, but every song's by a Canadian artist. But I know that it's not all from Ontario because Quintana Mills is on here and he's literally from Vancouver. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just it's good that they're not just staying within the region. They're actually kind of expanding and they're paying attention to all of Canada. Yes, they're called Toronto Rap Stars, but it's like, bro, if you're from Atlanta artists, like there's plenty of Atlanta artists that leave Atlanta and they'll be like, oh, I'm from Atlanta, but they're from Buckhead or something like that. They're not actually from Atlanta, but they always claim that they're from Atlanta because it's the easiest to understand. Same thing with Canadian artists or Canadian individuals. They'll leave and just be like, just so it's easier for people to understand. They'll be like, oh, I'm from Toronto. So I get the names Toronto Rap Stars, but this is literally a Canadian Rap Stars or Canadian music playlist. Like, so there's a lot on here to be spoken about. I think some of the best up and coming artists on this playlist are Sad Boy, Quasi's on this. The fact that they have Quasi on here, bro, Quasi's amazing, talented guy. They have Jay Trills on here, who I personally think is top five artists from the region, period, like, or from Canada, period. Like, this guy is absolutely ridiculous. If you haven't heard his album, go listen to his album. But to me, the highlight of his album is right here, Paint Blue. So they got it right with this one. To me, this is a top three Pressa song of all time. Welcome to the West is a top five or I would say top two, top one Quintana Mills song. So they're paying attention, and in my opinion, they're getting it right. Some of these songs I've reacted to, and some of these artists I've been paying attention to for the better part of a year. Oh, they have Fry on this too. Like, see, like Silencer as well, bro. Like, as I'm going through this, I've listened to it already, but like, there's just so much on here that represents Canada and who we are, and it's just so diverse. Like, and a lot of times people would be like, oh, Canada doesn't have a sound, Canada doesn't this. We have multiple sounds, and I feel like this playlist does a great job of highlighting the multiple sounds that we have. Yes, we can't pinpoint one sound that we have because we're too diverse and we're too multicultural, and you can see that here. Even cock up like by Omega Mighty and I'm not gonna try to butcher your name right now, but Omega Mighty, like this is a dancehall song. Like, where else, like, are you gonna find a dancehall song, a rap song, an R&B song that all hit anywhere else in the world besides Toronto? And they did a great job of representing that on here. Now, the cool thing about this is they didn't just leave out major artists. They've added Drake and, like I said, in Tory Lanez, and they have Popcorn and stuff like that featured on Swavy song, but they weren't shying away from that. A lot of times I feel like a lot of playlists will kind of shy away from including bigger artists, thinking that they might get overshadowed, or like that people are gonna run their songs over the up and coming artist songs. But like I said, everything is held to a certain standard here, so nothing gets kind of pushed to the side. Obviously, people don't like certain music, or like they may be here for this song or that song, and that's okay. But I personally think you will not have a hard time listening to this playlist and kind of adding it to your everyday rotation. Like, for me, when I go to the gym, I have to have a playlist ready, so I feel like this would be a great playlist. And I get bored so fast of like music nowadays that like I can't listen to one genre all at once. If I'm listening to rap for like 20 minutes, I feel like that's too long for me. But I feel like if I'm constantly switching it up and I have lots of diversity, or like I have a lot of genres in one playlist, then it's right for me. And I feel like this playlist is definitely right for me because there's too many different sounds and styles on here that you can't go wrong. And it's like, okay, like as soon as I may hear three rap songs if I put this on shuffle. If I hear three rap songs in a row, the chances are I'm gonna get an R&B song, I might get a sad boy song, or I might get a dancehall song. Like, that just hits, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is exactly what you need. So I think Toronto Rap Stars is on the right track, and I think the fact that they limited it to 55 songs and they're not trying to do 150, 250 songs is perfect, because it's easier to keep track of what you're listening to, and some songs will get drowned out, and you lose quality and you lose standards when you push songs or a playlist that has over 150 songs. And I'm not talking about personally you, but I'm saying like when platforms do that. So the way they're going about this now, I definitely do respect. Um, let's see. I feel like I feel like another thing too is like the exposure part of this as well. The exposure part, like if you're an up and coming artist, like I don't know how they came up with this playlist or like what the criteria was for the playlist. It's just good music. That's all I know so far. It's good music, and that's all I care about. But I will say, if you're an up and coming artist and you feel like you have good enough music to be on this playlist, I would be harassing them. I won't lie. I'd be harassing Toronto Rap Stars every single day, or at least once a week, reminding them that I'm here. And like, if I'm like in between dropping music now, or I feel like I'm on a like I'm just like kind of getting ready to drop more music, I'd be reminding them like, yo, I'm still here. If especially if you've reached out to them for promotion before, this would definitely be a great opportunity for you to kind of remind them, oh, I'm here, because there's a lot of art, bro. Last year I reacted to over 100 up and coming artists alone. So, and they're all brand new, just dropping music in the last 2 or 3 years, and I reacted to new gen artists. So they go through probably thousands of DMs a day, like damn near. So I'd be on their ass every single day trying to make sure I make this playlist at some point or another. And if you're gearing up to drop towards summer, which I know a lot of up and coming artists are, definitely be on them to kind of get on this playlist. These guys are steadily growing. They're building a great platform, and they're not just picking anybody. So if you make the cut, then I think that's one of those things you kind of should be proud about. This is not no easy playlist to make. Everybody over here holds weight. I've heard their name, or I've just discovered them. But if I just discovered them, I'm exceptionally happy with the music that they make, and I'm kind of baffled by how I didn't realize that they were in the city before. So, and I feel like this would open a lot of gateways for a lot of people, and just kind of touching new people's ears and kind of understanding like, oh, there's more out there than I thought there was. So definitely tap in with these guys, bro. There's nothing that can go wrong if you message them. The worst that they could say is no, or that they don't have enough space, or that they have the next cut ready. But even if, bro, keep making music, and if you make a good enough song, you're gonna force yourself to be on the playlist. Like there's no way you shouldn't be on this playlist whatsoever if your music's up to that standard. But I can't speak for them. I'm just speaking in general. But these guys definitely do an amazing job. As you can see, I was listening to the playlist even when I started the video, but I was listening to Paint Blue. This is one of the best songs from an album from a Toronto artist I've heard in a minute. The amount of substance that comes from this song is ridiculous. Nasty, if you haven't heard Press a Song with Huncho Nasty yet, you got to check that out on the playlist. Shoot and Drive from one of Sav's albums last year, Sav versus Sav, check it out. Bro, Welcome to the West, like I said, bro. Let me get back to Quintana Mills. Luna L wasting away, bro. Luna L has no misses to me. The day I discovered Luna L, bro, I was running through her whole discography, and I was like, or I should say catalog, and I was genuinely impressed. If you put 5 Luna L songs on here, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense. I don't even need to know what Luna L song it is. I just know it belongs on here. There's no way you could have made a playlist and not had her on here. Quasi, bro, the way this guy is moving, like the way he drops and like what he drops is nothing but great music. I do think like his R&B side is a million percent better. Um, but Quasi, bro, tough artist. Like, there's not one artist I see on here that I'm like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Why are they on here? You have Roy Woods, who's always been a great contender and a great artist and a great representation of Toronto on here. You know what I mean? Who else do we have on here, bro? Sad Boy, like if Sad Boy has been touring like crazy. She was just in France for Paris Fashion Week. Like this is a high profile Toronto artist. Like I said, she has a Juno. Everybody should know about Sad Boy. If you don't know about Sad Boy, you'll be pleasantly surprised. This girl drops nothing but heat. Benji, we know who Benji is. One of them ones still. I'm trying to see. Is there anything else on here that I want to talk about before I go? Cause I think this playlist is exceptionally good, and I'm just interested to see which way they go with it and how they maintain it going forward. Uh, Yeah, I think that's it though. These guys do a great job of representing the city and kind of helping promote new artists and older artists. They just do a great job of putting you on their platform and making you be seen. I would say a good like 25 to 30% of artists I've reacted to personally have come from Toronto Rap Stars posting them. Like, bro, if I miss a day of social media, I'm scrolling through their page like mindlessly. Especially if I take a week or two off, I'm scrolling through their page mindlessly looking for artists to react to. So now the fact that they have a playlist which is in the link in their bio that you can go to, and honestly just I can just scroll through and see what new songs are out. That's what I'm gonna start to do from now on. Like, you know what I mean? This is a great way to discover new music and older music. I see that they have some songs on here that have been out, but like everything is still fresh to me if I've never heard it before. I've reacted to songs that are a year or two old. I don't care if the song's good, it's good. And there's a lot of heat on here. So yeah, shout out to Toronto Rap Stars. I hope they keep doing their thing. This is definitely gonna be something I'm looking out for and keeping my eye on a day to day basis.